good afternoon and welcome here just a few short blocks away from the bustling metropolis that is Upland, Indiana. We are here live from Turner Stadium, the newly resurfaced Turner Stadium here on the campus of Taylor University. And today, it's the home opener for the Taylor women's soccer team as they try to move their record to 3-0 on the year. They take on the 0-1-2 Red Wolves of IU East. IU East dropped their only meeting with Taylor in the program's histories a year ago at 2-0 at IU East. And the Red Wolves looking to even up the all-time series here today. The Trojans have been unblemished on the year, outscoring their opponents 7-0. IU East has been outscored 4-2 in their three contests of the year so far. The Red Wolves in the road red crimson uniforms with the white numbers and the white letters and the black trim. Taylor in the home whites with the purple numbers on the front and back. Mariah Dunham works it up to Claire Massey. Her clearance pass deflected off the feet of McKenna Kleinrickert. And it'll go stay here with the Trojans as they move from right to left here in the opening half, attacking the goal to our left, which is occupied by Mary Brewington of the Red Wolves. She has played and started in all 3 games this season for IU East. She's allowed 4 goals, stopped 24 shots, and is 0-1-2 on the season. Taylor, meanwhile, they have the junior Hannah Brackenbury. She has started and played in both wins so far in both games this season for the Trojans. No goals allowed and just 2 saves as it's been Taylor has outshot their opponents 53-5 in their 2 opening games of the season. Out of bounds on the near side as Taylor presses it in to their attacking half of the field for the first time here this afternoon. Audrey Grimm has it bounce around inside the 18. Kiana Seifert dances her way through. She has scored in both games of her college career so far. The sprinter who will be running the 400 meters when the track and field season rolls around for head coach Derek Gay on the dual scholarship. And she's made an impression in both of the opening games, scoring both goals, ironically enough, in the final 2 minutes of action here so far this year. She starts her second game of the season. Massey sends one towards the middle. Lauren Collins races at her. She pirouettes away from a defender, bounces back to Seifert, left-footed shot, and just diving, getting the bottom of her hand on it was Mary Brewington. Seifert had 9 shots in the win at Concordia on Saturday before finally coming through on the 9th shot of the afternoon to help Taylor to that 3-0 win. Tori Martino working to the middle is Abby Watson, then back to one of the captains in Martino. Seifert tries to chase her down from behind. And the ball worked up on the near side of the field for IU East as they take it the deepest it's been in their attacking half so far today. But to the end line it goes, and it's scooped up, and actually let roll out of bounds, then scooped up by the 2-year captain Hannah Dempsey, and Brackenbury will play this one quickly back into the far side. And the sophomore Mariah Dunham, who saw spare minutes a year ago, then had a jump in performance during the offseason and the spring season, and is now the starting center back opposite of Dempsey. Loose ball that Seifert, who's got wheels for days, finds on the near side. Tries to nutmeg the defender, Elizondo. Then the ball goes out off of the visiting Red Wolves, and Rachel Landis set to throw it in on the near side. Landis can throw the ball 40 yards, can throw it all the way to the center of the box from the sideline, and shows off the strength there as Nishala lays it off to Claire Massey. Massey, who can score from deep. It was tipped on the way there. To the end line it goes. Grimm cuts off her defender, and Taylor gets their first corner kick of the afternoon. C. Massey set to take this one from the far side. Big sis Riley graduated a year ago, so just one Massey left patrolling things here in Upland, Indiana. 6 minutes into the opening half, first corner on an in-swinger. Jumping and trying to kick it in with Seifert. In the middle, it was blocked on the try by Sophie Snyder, and IU East clears it away towards the near sideline. And now Landis will make the long jog in and throw it in here for the Trojans. Again, we talked about Landis' throw-ins are almost like corner kicks as she heaves it in here. Nishala gets some space, bounces in. Grimm gets her forehead on it, but ricochets it right down to Brewington, who makes her second save of the opening few minutes. Drop kick from Brewington right near midfield. Splendidly done and then headed on back by Goebel. Dunham uses her strength and tries to clear some room. It pops back to the attacking end for Taylor, then finds the feet of the Trojans, Claire Nishala. Nishala, one of the other captains for TU. Seifert has another ball at her feet here, trying to jostle for position alongside Vanessa Temple. Landis, big throw in. Seifert a little bit too far away from her defender. Now she hits afterburners, wins the ball back near side of the box, and stomping on it and saving it is Mary Brewington. Seifert not afraid, no nerves from the freshman forward here in the last two contests. And the goal kick to be taken here by Ava Whitrock of IU East. Bounces through a couple players. Massey wins it back for Taylor, but her pass intended for Grimm was intercepted. The Red Wolves reset here with Whitrock. Along the near sideline to Vanessa Temple again. Snyder applying pressure, and now it's again back to the back four of IU East. Slaloming her way through defenders is Whitrock, but her pass taken away by the midfielder Goebel. Nishala with some room to work. Grimm in front of her had to check up to make sure that she was onside. The long rolling pass picked up by Brewington, the keeper inside the 18. One in the center circle by Kara Barlow. Now one of the captains in Martino. Trying to dance with Goebel, who puts that right foot in there and pokes it away. IU East sets up for a throw-in along the near sideline as they go from left to right in crimson red. Here in Taylor's home opener here of the 2022 campaign. Snyder and now Grimm flying around, trying to win the ball back in their attacking half. They double team Temple, who now slides and keeps the ball at her feet. Nicely done by Temple. Long pass near side, intercepted by Landis as she steps in front and weaves her away from pesky Red Wolf defenders. Landis, who logged some of the most minutes for a freshman a season ago. Collins to Seifert, then back to Collins near side. She has Snyder cutting in front, but this pass too far for her as it's curled out of bounds. Seifert circles. Left of center in Nishala, then back across the midfield defensive side by a couple of yards to Dempsey. And then the pass from Goebel near side Landis, who directs her to blast it forward, and she does. Big first touch off of Snyder's boot and finds the feet of Ava Whitrock for IU East. Her long pass finds Curry. Then back to Watson, who's been very active here in the early going for the Red Wolves. Grimm collides with Grudich, takes her down, but Grudich pops back up, and IU East still with possession, but their pass intercepted easily by Lauren Collins. Up to Nishala, threads it on through, and Grimm able to find an extra gear up the right side. Has a couple steps on the back two defenders into the box. Grimm dribbles, shoots, rises, and just misses the near side post. Still no shots yet for IU East. Good looking run there by Grimm. Second corner of the afternoon as Brewington got a piece of it. Goebel will take it from the near side corner. Right foot into it. An in swinger through the fingertips of Brewington to the back post. Dempsey touches off into space. Nobody home in white. And IU East clears for a moment. Massey steps in and left foot's one to the near side, and Goebel along the box to Seifert. Tried to play it on through, but the offside flag is in the air. And it goes against Taylor, and IU East with a free kick from deep in the defensive end. First offside against either team here so far today. As students make their way to the bleachers here at Turner Stadium, donning their new purple game day t-shirts given out today during the first chapel service of the 2022-23 school year. And of course, on the front and back, that beautiful new Trojan head logo, donning those game day t-shirts for the school year. Snyder, a big boot to the far side off the second hop. Grimm able to track it down and knock it down. One defender in front of her, that's Grace Harris. Centering ball, bounces between both Snyder and Collins. Backside is Seifert. Left of center, her curling shot was blocked away, and Collins will jump on the loose ball right side. 32-34 and counting here in the opening half. IU East will have the throw-in on the far sideline as it rolls away. They still have yet to record a shot here against Brackenbury and Taylor. The Trojans have 5 of them, and 3 of them have been on goal. Seifert with 2, Grimm with 2, and Snyder with 1. Here's the left forward. Seifert finds the cutting Collins. Pass a little bit too far in front. Collins at 5-1 gets called for the foul, taking out the feet of the defender in front of her. Third foul on Taylor here today. IU East 3 saves by Brewington, and that is it on the stat sheet for the Red Wolves. Nashalath able to deflect it back towards the middle of the field, but IU East carries on the near side with one of their captains in Martino. Martino dances up to her fellow captain Watson, who circles and faces the middle. Nashala knees it down. Goebel touches it off to Collins for Taylor. Fancy footwork from Collins to split 2 IU East defenders. Pass too far for Seifert. And it rolls out into the IU East bench, and the visitors have the throw-in. Temperature in the low 80s, but with the new turf, instead of the normal 10 to 12 degrees, you might want to add about an extra 15 to that temperature. The new turf really does a good job of holding in heat, and it's been baking in what was a cloudless day to start the afternoon. With some clouds rolling in here, but none big enough to block out the hot sun overhead. Vanessa Temple able to reset. Passes it through to nobody, and Brackenbury scoops it up. Brack with the right-footed punt. Headed to the near side by Nashala, and to the head it finds of Abby Watson. From the defensive end, Whitrock forward for IU East. The Red Wolves give it away. Grimm has got to hustle after it using that 5'10 frame. This comes up a few feet short of legging it out. And the visitors from IU East have another throw-in on the far sideline, but still deep in their defensive half as we crossed the quarter-hour mark here in the opening half with still no score. The Trojans have outshot IU East 5-0 here in their home opener. Dempsey long pass to Collins, left of center with some room to work. Now that room cuts down, but Collins trying to leg it out. She gets taken down in an aggressive fashion inside the box, and she is now slow to get back up. The defender, Vanessa Temple, came in and cleaned Collins right off of her feet. It was deflected away, went off the end, over the end line, and results in a Taylor corner. But Trojan head coach Scott Stan not happy down below us, wondering what part of the ball was played there on the play from Temple, the defender. Goebel near side corner to play the Second corner for her this afternoon. Towards the middle, Nishala heads it back towards the back side of the box. Grimm's got to hustle to get to before the end line, and she did. Turns and faces the middle. Left-footed pass. Snyder steps in, rolls back, top of the box. Goebel lets one go and buries it with the right foot just outside the 18. So the girl that started, the young woman that started the play with a corner kick is the one that ends it. And Sydney Thompson bowls over a couple of her teammates down on the sideline below us. So it's Snyder who lifted her foot and let the ball roll underneath, and then Goebel went top shelf and buried it with the right foot. Goebel's second tally of the season, and Taylor leads 1-0 here with less than 29 minutes remaining here in the opening half. We'll wait and see who gets the assist on the Goebel tally. Barlow, with pressure coming from behind by Snyder, she circles away and boxes her out. One 1-0 Taylor on the second goal of the season by Goebel. And that comes in the 17th minute, with Grimm getting the assist. And it was Snyder that lifted the foot up on the pass back from Grimm. And now a long one near side. Thankfully for IU East, Whitrock cuts it off before Seifert could change into fifth gear. Clearance try held in by the jumping Landis. Got bumped from behind. Here's Collins, all 5'1" of her, throwing her shoulder in there. And then back to the near sideline and kicked out of play. And Taylor will throw it in just in front of the IU East bench. Goebel fires it into the wide open Collins. Big first touch, and now she and Seifert will switch spots. Two defenders in front of the 5'1" Collins. That leaves Seifert wide open. Thought about dialing it up from long distance. Now sends it in, goes off the back hip of an IU East defender. And now the Red Wolves try to play it out of the defensive end that they have been stuck in since the whistle blew almost 18 minutes ago. Massey, big forehead forward. Could not connect on the long header up to Snyder. A long ball through to IU East. The only one home is Taylor's Hannah Dempsey. Hannah to Hannah. Dempsey back to Brackenbury. Or Brackenbury back to Dempsey. Collins, near side, Seifert. Rotates, bumped off the ball, able to keep it in front of the coaching staff of Scott Stan and Morgan Orm. And then Massey comes in and drives away with the left foot. Collins draws the foul here against Abby Watson. First foul against IU East. No subs have been summoned in yet for either side. This is the first of a women's and men's soccer doubleheader. The guys take on the Trolls of Trinity Christian coming up tonight here at 7 o'clock. Ball deflected down, then finally cleared away by Temple of IU East. Dunham got the top of her head on it towards the far sideline. Nobody home for either side, and so IU East, for the first time, and it feels like a long, long time, will play the ball from their attacking half. Collins tried to play it on to Seifert. Now off the ricochet, gets it back, but the flag is in the air right when Seifert picked it up. Free kick for IU East. Quickly, Landis tried to take it away from Watson, could not, as Watson maneuvers left of center and towards the far sideline. Massey cuts it off, and right before she could drive it up towards midfield. It rolls out of play. Able to get there in front of Kleinrichart. Couple deflections here. Massey moseys her way in, wins it, and drops it off back to her keeper, Brackenbury. Junior out of Michigan, has been a starter since day one for the Trojans. And after last year, after Brack was the only keeper on the Trojans roster, gets a little help this year from Las Vegas native Brianna Rawlings. Rawlings, one of a couple players from Vegas on the Trojan roster this year. Scott Stan is again headed west and found more talent for the Taylor women's soccer team. The state of Colorado's been very good. Dempsey, one of the headliners of that list. Now moving a little bit farther west towards Vegas. Dunham trying to clear it away. The right center back along with Dempsey. A lazy pass is intercepted by Massey, who can really dial it up from distance. Dribbles up right side, looking to pass or shoot. She passes too far for Snyder, but backside is Seifert trying to leg it out. Couldn't get there. She cuts down Temple's clearance try. As this one spins and rotates, Seifert swings her leg around Temple and deflects it off the defender, and Taylor gets another corner kick here with 23:20 left to go before halftime, leading by 1. Seifert has not looked like a freshman in the last 2 games, and a big play right there from the youngster. Third corner of the afternoon for Goebel, fourth one for Taylor. All 3 of Goebel's corners have come from this corner here, and that's where she scored just about 6 minutes ago. Off the ricochet, deflects in. Grimm kicks it back towards open spaces. Massey cuts off her defender, now sends it towards the end line. Massey trying to cross a high one and back towards the middle. Snyder over her head. Seifert tries to clean up the mess, and then almost tripping over the ball was Watson, able to keep her feet underneath of her. Watson with Caroline Monberg, who entered after the goal was scored by Goebel. Curry in the middle, then Martino into space. Harris racing after it with Grimm marking her on the far sideline. IU East in red. Shooting on the goal to our right, still looking for their first shot of the afternoon. Soft pass, it's easily intercepted by Goebel. Towards the middle, and Snyder as she waits for reinforcements as she jogs towards the middle, from the middle of the field towards the near side. Seifert's pass taken away by Martino for IU East. Barlow a step away from breaking free from 3 Taylor defenders, but able to get the pass off before she lost her footing. Temple, middle, over the head of the intended target. Massey headed it back where it came from. Goebel got a toe on it against Grudich. Spinning away Watson near side for IU East. Temple, little back heel kick to boogie your way away from Snyder. Far side for IU East and Grace Harris. Goebel almost took another one away. Dunham right there on the hip of Sarah Curry, whose pass is deflected away by Landis. Curry from long range and going up and snagging it on the fingertips is Brackenbury for her first save. So the first shot doesn't come until over 25, almost 25 minutes have been played here in this opening half, but now it might have sparked a little something here in the visitors. Good run developing in the middle. Having to wait for it to roll to her was Watson. Back to Martino. Collins shoves her out of the path, but right back to the near side, and a cross comes in from Watson. Brackenbury couldn't get a hand on it, but deflected away by somebody inside the 18. Prevented IU East from getting a shot. And the offside flag is up. And Taylor gets the free kick from the defensive end. Snyder out for the Trojans. Chloe Senna in at the center forward spot. Emma Haskell in for IU East. She replaces Kara Barlow. Just past 20 minutes left to go here in the opening half. Taylor ahead 1-0 on the goal in the 17th minute by Emma Goebel, her second one of the season. Landis knocks it down with her left hip and plays it to the near side, and Seifert with the left foot. Seifert angles towards the middle, about 3 yards outside midfield. Long one near side, and the fresh legs of Senna being shown off as she gives it a run on the near sideline. Senna stops with Temple in front. Bluffs across once and twice, asks Temple to dance, and then drives it up and deals off to Collins, who looks to play it to the middle. Back to Senna, has no one around her, didn't know it, and played it back to the near side as the Taylor bench wanted Senna just to turn around and let it rip. Libby Thomas, the freshman, in for Taylor. Sophomore out of California, Sydney Thompson, in as well, along with the sophomore Sarah Mullins. The other two forwards have exit for the Trojans. Grimm, along with Seifert, and Collins exits as well. 18:40 and counting left to go here in this opening half that Taylor has dominated in a big way. Out shooting IU East 5-1 and leading 1-0. Massey flying in from the defensive end, right edge of the box. Her cross deflected, prevented from going across the end line by IU East. Volleyed back in, and it's snagged by the fingertips of Brewington on a pass try or maybe a shot to the near side post from the always dangerous Claire Massey. Out on the far side, and IU East set to throw it in. Temple jogs to the near side and gets a swig of water on this toasty afternoon here in Upland, Indiana. High temperatures set to be in the low 80s, and that's where things are right now. Ball sent in. Brewington gets it away before Senna could knock it in. Now it's turned over almost near the top of the box as Mullins and Thomas almost came in to take it away as Thomas trying to chase Whitrock down from about 20 yards away. And now Dunham takes it away herself, turns and tried to clear, but right to the feet of Haskell as IU East keeps it in. Martino runs through a challenge. It was off the knees of Thomas as it pinwheels near side, and then Thomas and Martino collide. And it's out off of Taylor and stays with the visiting Red Wolves. Less than 17 minutes remaining here in the opening half. Temple throws it in and finds the feed of Elizondo. Mullins measures and blasts it towards the far sideline, defensive end for Thompson. Thompson battled injuries a year ago, but the California native showing off the wheels here, almost kept it in from rolling across the end line, but it just took an unfortunate right-hand turn at the worst possible moment. Kylie Bunker makes her first appearance of the afternoon for the Red Wolves. She takes the spot of McKenna Kleinrichart. Some Libby Thomas fans down below us get Libby's attention, and she acknowledges. It's been all Taylor here so far. That one long shot from distance as Taylor whistled for a foul on the far side, their fifth of the first half. But it has been all TU here in our almost first 30 minutes of home action from Turner Stadium here for the 2022 year. Free kick, defensive end for the Red Wolves. Dunham underneath of it for Taylor. Monberg missed initially, but got it off the ricochet as she glides up the far side and deals up towards the Thompson. Thompson with Senna in front, pointing where she wants her to play it. Goes back to the middle. Couldn't find Mullins, but held in by Monberg. Right of center, Monberg. Far sideline for Taylor and Thompson. With players in front of her, Thompson trying to run around one defender. Second one comes in. Couldn't dish it off the right side of her foot. Deflected. And cleared up the far side. Massey watches it roll out of play, and Taylor sets up for the throw-in near midfield. Trojans in white. IU East in the crimson, with Taylor going from right to left and attacking the goal on our left. 15 minutes separating us from halftime, and the Trojans out front 1-0, thanks to the goal in the 17th minute, second of the season for Goebel. Backside play. Oh, look at Thomas muscling her way through a defender and then got her shoulder on it. Brewington got back up in the nick of time as Thomas tried to put her name next to Emma Goebbels in the score sheet. Massey takes it away for Taylor in the defensive end. Long curling pass to the aforementioned Thomas. Has Mullins in front of her. Thomas running away from pressure. Trying to turn the corner. Could not as Haskell threw that right foot out there. Deflected away, goes out of bounds. Thomas picks it up and throws it right into Mullins. Some room to work top of the box. A curler near side. That Brewington dives to her right, our left, and smothers it up before it bounced away from her and into the back of the net. Fifth save of the opening half for Brewington as the Trojans continuing to pepper their opponents with shots. Taylor, remember, it came into this contest out shooting their opponents 53-5 in their first two matches of the year. Foul against IU East. Guilty party is Rachel Elizondo. Her slide tackle takes out Landis. Clock continues to wind here in the opening half. 13:30 and counting left to go in half number one with Taylor ahead 1-0. Free kick for Massey. Monberg too high for her. One bounce right to Senna. Played it past the defender, trying to find the edge. Taken down just inside the 18. They play on. Out to the near side and the captain, Martino. Martino tried to cross it over on Mullins. She put her knee in front and stopped it. Mullins circles, deals off to Goebel, the Trojan goal scorer today. Center to Dunham, slipping on the Trojan logo at midfield was Monberg. Coming up to clean up the mess was Massey. Massey, right-footed curler to middle, beautifully played in. Second op to Senna, tried to turn, poked away from her. Thomas comes in from the top and scoots one on the right side towards the post. But it's Brewington to smother another one up for her sixth stop of the afternoon. Ninth shot for Taylor, the seventh one on goal for the Trojans so far. And another goal kick eaten up by Mariah Dunham. Bunker towards the middle, up to Elizondo. Martino, the captain. Landis puts her right foot in front and blocks it. Thomas poked away from her, and Taylor will keep possession. Watson was the one that poked it away. Landis throws it in front of her own bench, heaves it forward, pinpoint to Senna, who tried to sweep it on. Now Thomas trying to turn on the gear. Couldn't take it away from Whitrock, and now she brings it up on the near sideline. But the first touch by Temple goes out of play as Senna was there to make her life difficult. 11:28 and counting here in the opening half. Taylor ahead 1-0. Senna knocks it down beautifully with the right foot. Behind the heels, curls, left-footed shot goes wide. But it was deflected on the way there as Senna taken down to the toasty turf. And Taylor gets another corner kick. It's going to be their fourth one here of the opening half. Make it their fifth, as that was the 10th shot of the first 34 minutes of half number one. Field has been tilted in Taylor's offensive side from the opening whistle. Goebel, our only goal scorer of the day, sets up from the near side corner. Taylor shoots on the goal to our left. Right foot in from Goebel. Dempsey has to go off of her knees. Couldn't play it on towards the goal, and it's cleared away by Watson. Of IU East, Landis for Taylor throws her right foot in front and pokes it back. Dunham cuts off the long pass, knocks it down to Landis, trying to push it up with the right foot. Couldn't thread the needle, but is deflected out by the knees of Martino, and Taylor keeps the throw in on the near side. Deft touch from Senna has got Thompson on the far side. Curls it into space on the right edge of the box. Thompson, one touch, end line cross, backside, wide open on the backside was Thomas, and she just missed the header, who was the only one within real estate near the goal. Thomas has been phenomenal for Taylor coming off the bench about 10 minutes ago and just curled her head a little bit too much to the left on a beautiful end line cross from Thompson. Temple out for IU East, along with Morgan Grudich. It looks like too quick of a play here from IU East, so they'll move the ball back towards the keeper in Brewington. Clock continues to wind with 9:20 left to go here in our opening half. Goebel wins it back for Taylor off the ground. Thomas to Landis. One in Mullins. It was taken away off the pass from Bischoff. Maggie Bischoff fresh off the bench for IU East. The first half that has less than 9 minutes left to go in it. Monberg in the middle, a little bit behind Thomas, tried to sweep it on forward. But as she did, it bounced up and hit her in the hand as she had to try to wait and play keep away from Riley Meyer of IU East. And that little bit of pass behind her allowed Meyer to close the gap. And if not, at that point, if that pass a little bit far forward, Thomas would probably still be running towards the back of the goal. Mullins wins it off the ricochet. Dempsey turns, and into the goal box it goes, and Brack. Outside back. This is Claire Massey gliding forward. Long pass ahead to Senna, who is onside. No, offside. Late flag there as Senna, right when she touched the balls, when that flag on the far sideline was lifted into the air. Third offsides by Taylor. Here in this first half. Off the free kick, Bischoff to the middle. Dunham turns and skies it off of her right knee. Goebel, our only goal scorer, turns and sends it far side for Taylor Sydney Thompson. Leads Monberg on the right side. Towards the middle, here's Thomas trying to cut in. Passes couldn't bounce to her as it's cut off by Whitrock. But Thompson comes in and wins it right back for Taylor. 7:22 and counting here in the opening half. The Taylor leads by 1. Martino, this on the time on the left side of the field, plays it forward. Having to wait for it to get to her was Elizondo, but she does. Dunham and Massey there to make life difficult. Massey cuts that pass down, plays it off the end line to Dunham, and then right back to Massey. Too far for Monberg to get to, held in by Martino, who wants it from distance, but that one goes wide of the far side post. Just the second shot of the afternoon for IU East. Their first one was by Sarah Curry from distance. That was held on to on the snag by Brackenbury. That's the only one that has come close to her today. Mullins tried the dance with Haskell, who took it away. Mullins comes back for a little 5-on-5 crime. Mullins in the middle, trying to play it forward to Thomas, who's got some room. Coming out is Brewington, who smothers it up, and Thomas continues to impress. Herson's coming off the bench just past the midway point of this first half. Thomas with an assist and 2 shots coming into this contest today, but she has been in the middle of almost every scoring opportunity that Taylor has tried to create since coming off the bench. Thompson, who waits for her on the far side, has been active offensively too. Monberg gives it back to her as Thompson, with that 5'10 frame, legs it out and turns the corner on the end line. Crosses, but it was bashed out of play off of Thompson's foot, and IU East will set up for the goal kick. 5:36 left to go here in the first half. Good challenge from Massey to take it away. To the defensive end it goes, and Hannah Dempsey. Massey with Bunker marking her. Thompson to Monberg, and then back to Thompson, too far. And it goes back to IU East on a throw-in. Just 2 shots all day for IU East. 1 of them on goal. Taylor has taken 10 shots, 7 on goal, and 1 has beaten Brewington. That's by Goebel, who just touched it off to Monberg, who then deals off, or Mullins now to Monberg. When it comes near side, Thompson tried the knife her way in, could not. She couldn't get around Riley Meyer. Massey holds it in for Taylor. Goebel pops it up, swept down Monberg right side. Now to the middle of the field, and Mullins in the attacking half. Far side, Thompson, as we approach 4 minutes left to go here in the first half. Thompson dances, crosses on the ground, snagged by Brewington. (11-2), shots in favor of Taylor. Thomas holds it in and now breaks away. Left edge of the box, wants to shoot on the goal to our left. To Senna, one-touch shot went between the legs of a defender, but might have gotten clipped. As IU East clears it away, Landis in a foot race here on the near side with Watson. Landis wins it and sends it into the 18 in Brackenbury. The Taylor keeper up the near side, nobody home in white. That's one of the few miscues that Taylor has had here in the opening almost 45 minutes. Martino wanted to give it back to Meyer, who threw it into her too hard. And so Landis throws it in for yet another time for the Trojans. Over the head of Thomas, coming in to help and win this one back for IU East will be Whitrock, but then Thompson trying to maneuver towards the near sideline. Whitrock trying to get away. Mullins comes in to help. And Whitrock able to have it kicked away by Thomas or Mullins. Keeps it here with the Red Wolves. 2:35 and ticking here in the opening 45 minutes. That has Taylor ahead 1-0 thanks to the second goal of the season by Emma Goebel coming in the 17th minute. Mullins wins the throw-in, steps in front, and the ball goes out off of IU East, and Taylor sets to throw it in. Landis with that 40-yard throw-in capability as most of her teammates start to back up inside the 18. Landis throws it right towards the goal, almost swept away by IU East. Senna plays it in, wanted Thomas. Deflected away, Landis holds it in, collides with the defender. Landis pops back up as Thompson in a foot race to the end line. Thomas able to get there. Right edge of the box is Monberg. One in the middle, and IU East able to take it away as they get a run from the defensive end. IU East still trying to clear out of the defensive end. And now they sprint up the middle of the field. It's Whitrock pressing forward. Near side Watson. Landis hustles back and marks her up. Pass towards the middle. Dunham knocks it down for Taylor. Then Dempsey skies it towards the opposite side. 1:08 left to go here in the opening half. Thomas on the near side with some room to work with Senna in the middle. Thomas has done everything except score here in the opening half. Now Thomas jets to the middle. She's got some room. Thompson right side. Thomas maybe an extra dribble or two too much. It was cleared away by IU East as we dip below a minute left to go in the first half that has 47 seconds remaining in it. Massey taking her time towards the far sideline. Now almost 30 seconds left. Quick throw into Monberg and then sent right back away by IU East. Out of play with 25 seconds separating us from halftime. Massey readies.
10, 9,
Here the 10-second countdown going on.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And that does it for our first half of play, dominated by the Trojans of Taylor. As they outshoot IU East 12-2 in the opening 45 minutes, including 7 shots on goal. The only one to find the back of the net so far is the second goal of the season by Hannah Goebel off the assist from Audrey Grimm. It's Goebel's second of the year, and after 45 minutes of play, it's Taylor 1, IU East nothing. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the halftime stats presented by BSN Sports. This is Taylor Women's Soccer on the Trojan Sports Network. Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart? Well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH, from our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Welcome back here to Turner Stadium. Your halftime stats brought to you by BSN Sports. Taylor outshot IU East 12-2, including 7-1 in shots on goal. And Taylor leads 1-0 after the goal in the 17th minute by Emma Goebel, her second tally of the season. And the two teams have switched sides, and just like it was in the first half, IU East right now having to play a lot of defense, this time in the defensive end on the right side of the field. That's to our right. One change to the starters here in the second half. Brooke Simony gets the start for TU here in the half. Back at the left outside back position. The other center back spot as Mariah Dunham gets a breather. Still Massey and Landis on the outside back spots. Grimm takes a spill. Taylor fans wanted a foul against IU East. Massey boots the ball back into the air. Grimm tries to find it through the sun. Works towards the middle of the 18. Grimm shoots left-footed try, and it's stopped by Brewington for her 7th stop of the afternoon. Grimm assisted on her only goal of the day so far on that Goebel tally. In the 17th minute. Klein Rickard back out there to start for IU East, along with Kara Barlows. Both those two young ladies came out for a breather in the first 45 minutes. Sophie Snyder back at the center forward spot, applying pressure on Brewington. The keeper sweeps it out to the near side, and Haberkorn touched into space, and cutting it off just in the nick of time is IU East up the near side with Grace Harris. Taylor able to turn it over. Massey looking to the middle, trying to connect with Kiana Seifert. Tap down in. Seifert almost sprinted her way through two IU East players and poked it away. Instead, it stays with the Red Wolves as they work it up the near side and try to again take it out of the defensive end. Field has been tilted in Taylor's favor to the attacking half. That's now towards the goal to our right here in half two for the majority, if not all, of the game so far. Seifert to Nashala. Behind the heels. Did not want to deal it back to Goebel. Now to the sprinting Massey in open space. Massey from the right flank crosses it in. Backside. One bounce. Seifert end line. Tried to back heel flick it in. Couldn't get enough pace on it, and IU East able to deal it out towards Martino on the far sideline, still in the defensive end. Grudish to Martino. Flag in the air. That's out of bounds off of the Red Wolves, and it stays with Taylor. Quickly in Goebel, or Snyder, excuse me. Rising shot was blocked. And then Snyder muscles her way through after a collision with Grudich. Foul against Sophie and a free kick upcoming here for the Red Wolves. Remember, this is the first of a women's and men's soccer doubleheader. The men's team, a couple of them filling out the bleachers down below us. They will take the Turner Stadium turf coming up at 7 o'clock against the Trolls of Trinity Christian, Taylor women's soccer head coach Scott Stan's alma mater. Massey races in, takes it away from the wheeling Kleinrichart, but as Massey got back to her feet, cleared it away across the end line, and for the first time today, we get a set piece here for IU East. It's a corner kick from the near side of the field. Backside headed down. Brackenberry got her hands on it, but it's deflected in as Massey was unable to clear it away. A quick play from the near side corner, and IU East has tied our game at 1. Nashala near side of the match, now tied at 1. Too far up the end line for Grimm to get to. And it'll be a goal kick here for IU East. They have tied our match at 1. Landis wins it for Taylor. Far side, Seifert. Now up to Snyder for Taylor. And they've led since the 17th minute. Deflected across the end line. It's going to be a corner for Taylor on the far side to be taken by Rachel Landis. So give the goal to Sarah Curry. Off the deflection, 15 for IU East, put in the back, and then her first goal of the season. Still in the box, Landis trying to make it. Seifert trying to find some room, and as she did, it got cleared away. Dempsey uses her head and keeps it in for Taylor for the time being. Goebel directing traffic with the right index finger. Her pass intended for Seifert, taken away by Martino. Held in by Simony. Dempsey in the middle. Here's Massey. Gets back to that left foot, works her way around Kleinrickardt. Massey trying to go end to end, hits the brakes, loses Kleinrickardt again. Left-footed pass behind Snyder. Collins tried to knock it down. It couldn't find its way to Seifert on the backside. And now here comes IU East with Martino and a big right boot trying to go far side, near side. Not enough juice to connect with Watson. Dempsey cuts it off into space far side, but it rolls out of bounds. And IU East gets another crack at the goal to our left with a throw in from the far sideline. Martino. Back to Temple, who threw it into her. And now IU East playing with some pace with Whitrock. She's run through 5 or 6 defenders, then gets clipped down by Landis. And a late foul call keeps it here with the Red Wolves on a free kick. 7th foul against Taylor today. And with 37:30 and counting here in the second half, our match level at 1. And Sarah Curry, who has the only goal of the day for IU East. Will take the free kick here with an opportunity to give IU East their first lead of the day as the Red Wolves try to get their first win of the season. Curry right foot curls it in, deflected on, got a piece of it, and Brackenbury takes it up on the end line. It was sent in by Grace Harris, who now is slow to get back up as she collided with somebody after the shot, but it got deflected on the way there, and then Brackenbury kept it from going across the end line. Grimm trying to box out her defender for Taylor. That's Kleinrickardt. Mullins. Make it Collins who tried to maneuver away. Now Collins intercepts. She's got Grimm to her right. Couldn't get there before she was taken down nicely by Haberkorn on a good takedown. And a good tackle from Haberkorn. Got the ball. Collins spilled over the top. And before she could deal it off to Grimm, it's going back the other way with Taylor sending up in the defensive end. Seifert left sideline. Nashala called for it, couldn't thread the needle with Seifert. Long pass intended for Collins. Taylor still trying to hold it in here. Good job by IU East trying to clear. To the middle it goes. Collins with Massey lurking on the near sideline. Massey's got it. Taylor shoots on the goal to our right. Match tied at 1 to the end line. Massey tries to cross. Nice little deft move. Working back to her left foot. Plays it in. Blocked. And Massey on the ricochet. Just pulled it wide of the near side post of the left foot. Off the save again from Brewington. Massey went almost 30 yards by herself and tried to put her into the back of the net. Defensive end is where Taylor sets up here. Dempsey gets it back from her keeper, Brackenbury. To the middle, and Snyder. Hand fighting with Whitrock, who comes away with it and plays it away from trouble on the far side. Martino couldn't carry it through. Good pressure from Landis. IU East still trying to get out of their defensive end. They cannot, as it's Goebel, the Taylor goal scorer, that holds it in. Grimm turns a hot one up to Nishala. Left side in the speedster Seifert. Goebel in the middle of the field. Surveys. Loops it to Grimm just outside the 18. Big first touch off of her knees. Left-footed try. Sails and hits off of the football crossbar and goes in for a long field goal. Less than 34 minutes left to go here in regulation time. Taylor trying to stay unblemished on the season. They've just allowed their first goal of the year after outscoring their opponents 8-0 to start, scoring the first goal of the match here. Collins taken down from behind. Foul number 3 on IU East here today. Some timely saves by Brewington on good opportunities for the Trojans. And right before they let Massey loose to try to take the free kick, time is called as an IU East player is slow to get to her feet. We'll take a timeout and come back with more here on the Trojan Sports Network. Dangerous attempt there for Claire Massey as the junior defender tried to dial up one on the free kick, played it wide. And our match remains level at 1 with less than 33 minutes remaining here in regulation. First of 2 soccer matches today here at Turner Stadium and on the Trojan Sports Network. Trinity Christian just is making their way into the locker room now. They'll take on Gary Ross's men's club here coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. Seifert, foot race, end line. She'll win that with ease. Plays it back in towards the middle of the field, rolls in almost before it got to Nishala. It's poked away by the back line of IU East. Red Wolves try to clear, but their clearance try knifed down by Nishala in the middle. To the right of center play and Grimm. Taylor attacking the goal to our right, trying to get back in front after the goal from Sarah Curry. That's given the Red Wolves an even score at 1-1. Dempsey heads it straight into the air, collides with the left shoulder of Welch. And the goal scorer Curry has got it back at her feet before dealing off to Grudic, who plays one in deep. Martino had snuck behind Landis and Simony. And now Simony in her first home match. Her friends like her play down below us. Keeps it in Taylor's favor up to her classmate Seifert. Touched in, nice run from Curry. Brackenbury comes out. Brackenbury stops it right on the doorstep and then scoops it back up. A little miscommunication got Curry free. And Brackenbury right there like a wall, then deflects it away and keeps the match level at 1. Goebel, the fancy back heel flick, couldn't connect with one of her teammates, but now it finds the feet of Nishala. Grimm with some room to work on the near side, now angles towards the middle. Seifert, top of the box, plays it away from trouble. Coming in to help is Collins. Left edge of the box, Nishala trying to find the extra step, comes in, back to the middle. Rolled back as it was Goebel that tried to set up Nishala. And now Grimm lays it on back to Massey, back into the 18. Nobody home in white. Big bounce in. IU East unable to clear there. Seifert left edge for Taylor. Seifert looks, trying to dance, couldn't keep it at her feet. Back out to Collins. Thinks about a long range try, and a late hop is smothered up by Brewington. Good look from Collins on Taylor's 15th shot of the afternoon. And now 8 saves for Brewington. She has just turned Taylor away multiple times this afternoon. Snyder couldn't get to it before it rolls across the end line. And Sydney Thompson in for Taylor to make her first appearance of the second half. Replaces Grimm. And remember, Thompson was pretty active setting things up for Taylor offensively in that first half. The Trojans hoping she can duplicate the same thing here. Big header back to Collins, right of center. Boogie's forward now to the newcomer in Thompson. End line trying to save it, curls it back. Did it go across the goal? It did not. And it stays in, and Nishala chases it down on the opposite side of the field across from us. Nishala bashes it in. Collins got her head on it, couldn't work it along to the near sideline, and retreating back is Landis to cut off the ball for Taylor. Center circle Dempsey, near side Massey. Thompson, touch to Nishala, wanted it back to Thompson, trying to find the edge, got around the defender, ball checked up on the end line. Thompson crossed it towards the far side and Seifert. And now she's got to hustle to keep it across the far side and does. Seifert blasts it in, off the post and in! What a spectacular goal by Kiana Seifert! 3 college matches played and 3 goals scored for the stellar freshman.
Taylor goal. Number 15, Kiana Seifert.
So Seifert scores about 26 minutes sooner than what she has in the first 2 games. Has scored in the last 2 to 3 minutes of both of the first 2 matches of the season. This one comes in the 61-minute mark And Taylor back in front on an absolute perfectly placed ball from Seifert. And now Seifert shows off the wheels. Endline trying to cross it back with Thompson crashing in. It was deflected away as Thompson bumped off her path. Seifert and her defender go crashing across the end line. They're both back up. Nashala trying to play it back to Seifert. Getting a piece of it was IU East, and Collins able to hustle after it. Collins, the shortest player on the field at 5'1". Curled it around one defender, couldn't get away from Temple. And the outside back for IU East blasted forward as the field covered in a blanket of shade right now with a cloud coming in to give some relief overhead. Massey works her way in. Stonewalled, spun down. Coming out of the box is Collins and plays it on back to Landis. Steps in a rocketed one from deep. Almost fumbling it off, but holding on to it was Brewington. 9th save for Brewington today. Drop kick near side. Into the air. The Libby Thomas fan club excited for their girl to come back into the match. Along with Senna and Mullins. Big run for Seifert left side. She's just giving Taylor the lead. Looking for an insurance try. She tried to lift it up top and sailed it over the crossbar. So here come Thomas, Senna, and Mullins. Nashala, Snyder, and Collins all exit. Seifert thought she was going to get a breather. She's got to go back to the far side. Curry and Watson exit for IU East with Kylie Bunker. It looks to be Abigail Welch in for the Red Wolves. Dempsey keeps it in Taylor's attacking half, blasting one in from midfield. Over the head of Seifert and out of bounds on the far side. Less than 26 minutes remaining here in the opening half, or the second half, excuse me. Third goal in a row to start her college campaign by Kiana Seifert has given Taylor the 1-goal lead back at 2-1 on a beautiful curler from the far side that ricocheted off the inside of the post. Brackenbury scoops up the loose ball and heaves it out to the near side in her classmate Claire Massey. Thomas, who was all over the field offensively for Taylor in the first half, trying to make the same impact here in half number 2. Massey has it poked away from her and throws it in on the near sideline. Took a couple too many steps. We saw Big Sis Riley do that a time or two during Riley's 4 years here. And they usher the younger Massey back. Still one more Massey to go. Their youngest sister still tearing it up in the high school ranks over in Ohio. Loveland, Ohio to be exact. So we'll see if she follows her two big sisters' footsteps here to Upland, Indiana. Mullins bodied off the ball and a foul called by IU East, or to IU East after the haste and the ask for by Taylor head coach Scott Stan. Coach Stan 2 wins away from 150 here at Taylor. Free kick for Massey. Top of the box, Thompson comes out, tried to win it for Taylor, sent away by Welch. Goebel holds it in the middle of the field, near side and Massey. Taylor looking for the insurance tally here. Towards the middle of the box, cutting in Senna over her at backside. Seifert one touch, and it goes on the outside of the goal. Maggie Bischoff in for the second time today, first time in the second half. Comes in to get Kara Barlow. Mullins tried to get away from Grudich, and then as she did, she took Grudich to the turf. And it's a foul on the Trojans and a free kick for the visitors. Good play up to Thomas, but then a big backspin Made Thomas hit the brakes and now deals up to Mullins. Wanted Thompson, got deflected on the way there. IU East clears away. Was sent on the near side. Now it's Massey to play it up to her. Senna dribbling towards the middle of the field. Heading it towards the middle of the box is Martino towards her own goal. And it's taken by Brewington to stop it. Simony tries to push it forward, poked away from her, and now hotly contested. It's Martino right side. IU East down one. Their cross goes off of Simony's boot. And it's a corner kick on the far side for the Red Wolves as they try to tie our match again after leveling it at 1. Here about 4 minutes in to the second half. Emma Haskell returns for IU East. And this corner kick goes out of play. Left sideline, Senna. Couldn't find an open teammate, and so it's IU East trying to pressure forward. Good hustle back from Mullins to win it back. Elizondo has her arm wrapped around her waist, and Mullins gives it away. Martino, still defensive half. Thompson comes up, clips the feet of Grace Harris, and a sly smile from Thompson as she gets whistled for the foul. Folks, we've got a new social media that you can follow Taylor on. The Trojans are now on Instagram. Just search Taylor U, that's the letter U, and Trojans, all one word. Some fantastic content from our talented student media group that we formed this year, and great videos out there. Seifert had it played to her, too far to get to. Whitrock poked it away and then clears it across that far sideline. Ava Henson from the women's basketball team, Jeff Clayton from the men's basketball team, and a couple other students as well have been helping us join forces here in the athletic department. They've made some great content already, both photos and videos. So get on Instagram, Taylor U, that's the letter U, and Trojans, all one word. Start following the Trojans today, and just fantastic content they've already got out, and they'll be creating throughout the entire year as well. Player down for IU East. We'll take a break and come back. 20:10 left to go here in the second half. Taylor up 2-1 over IU East here on the Trojan Sports Network. Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online Tire Finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road.
And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
So the injured player for IU East was Vanessa Temple. She was able to walk off under her own power with the help of Joe Walter from the Taylor Sports Medicine staff and the IU East coaching staff. 20 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. Here in the second half, Taylor leads 2-1. A Trojan throw-in deflected back out. Goebel trying to play it back into the box, curls it into Sydney Thompson. One touch right to the top of the 18. Senna tried to work her way through, and then Whitrock pokes it away from her. This group that has Seifert added to it now. Senna, Thomas, Mullins, along with Thompson, kind of the bench mob for Taylor. Were so aggressive offensively in that first half, and now you add the speed and skill of Seifert. This group of 4 or 5 could really start putting some pressure on IU East here offensively as Taylor looks for the insurance tally. Backside, Massey goes sideline near to sideline far. And Seifert goes for a jog and now out-dukes her defender to the end line. Cross left foot. Senna was right there, poked away from her before it could get to her. Now Libby Thomas comes flying in and keeps it going into the Trojans' favor. Massey trying to go far corner, curled it out of play from distance. #21st shot for Taylor tonight, just 4 for IU East. Bischoff knocks it down. As Riley Meyer moves back to the outside back spot. Here comes Landis from the defensive position. Left edge of the box, hits the brakes. Almost fell out of her shoes as she tried to deal it off to Senna. It's held in by Seifert. Lifts it into the 18, too far for Senna to get to. Coming off of her line is the keeper, Brewington. (18-15) separating us from the end of regulation today. Massey deflects it out for an IU East throw-in on the near sideline. The Red Wolves in red, they go from right to left. And they trail 2-1 after tying the match less than 5 minutes into the second half on the goal from Curry. Back into the keeper, Brewington pokes it away. Seifert stops it and keeps the ball at her feet. She's given Taylor the lead, fires in just wide of the far side post. Seifert, the only Trojan with double-figure shots coming in, and she's going to has added 6 more to that total here. Has scored in all 3 games she's played in as a collegian. After finishing up with a stellar high school career at Noblesville, down in Indiana, or just outside of Indianapolis. Ball dances on through. Goebel thought someone was behind her. Mullins was cutting in, and then the 2 tag team and take the ball away, and then played off to Massey. Up to Thompson, who comes in with a big first touch. Almost knocked off the ball. Thompson keeps her footing and now takes an extra step to greatness. Right-footed shot, trying to barrel it towards the far post, and she curled it away as that one tailed off at the last possible moment. Good job by Thompson to get back to her feet, and then rifled one wide to the left. Three subs about to come in for IU East. Mullins boxes out her defender. Massey does the same. Trying to run through a challenge. It stays with the Red Wolves of IU East as they take it back. Bunker couldn't knock it down. Massey forward to Senna, curled in front of her. And then Senna bumped and gets it back as she dances on the near side and sent her defender down to the turf. Thompson, far side. Seifert races after it. The ball bouncing away from her, and it goes out of play. Kleinrichard and Watson return for IU East, along with Sarah Curry as they all check back into the match. Bunker, Elizondo, and the captain, one of the captains, Martino, all get a breather here for the Red Wolves as they are in search of that equalizing tally, down 2-1 with almost 15 minutes left to go here in regulation. Taylor gave up their first goal of the season back in the 49th minute here earlier today, but still in the driver's seat right now to start the season 3-0. Mullins pushed from behind. It's a foul on the Red Wolves, Morgan Grudich. Free kick just left of center. About 16 yards inside midfield. Massey can score from this range and has throughout her career. Puts it onto the frame. Brewington up and snags it on a little hop on the goal line. Brewington forward over Goebel's head, and now it's IU East pressing forward for a quick time before Massey off to Thompson. Haskell at midfield for IU East. The Red Wolves' offensive opportunities have been slim today, and a foul by Libby Thomas keeps it here with the visitors. 7th foul called on Taylor today as we dip below 14 minutes left to go in the second half. A 2-1 Taylor lead with goals in the 17th minute and 61st minute. Senna comes flying back in near midfield to Goebel, then back up to Thomas. Now Senna left side, who goes for a run. Senna angles to the middle. She's got Thomas in front of her. Was so close to scoring in the first half. Bumped away by Habercorn, then cleared away by the IU East back line. Morgan Fleetmeyer ready to make her first appearance of the day. And Caroline Monberg back in for Taylor after playing in the first half. Mullins out, along with Libby Thomas. Landis to throw it in far sideline. Just like she always does, heaves it right into the box. Almost deflected back towards the goal line by IU East it was. But Burlington there to stop another one for the visitors. Good goal kick from Burlington. Kleinrich 4 taken away from her by Simony. Did not play a minute in the first half, but Simony's been on the field for all the ticks of the clock here in half two. Senna just offside by a whisker. And that will send it back to IU East on the free kick. Fleetmeyer out of the scrum for Taylor, off with a free kick. Senna had to hold back after being whistled for the offside, and that might have given Whitrock enough room as she's in almost full steam angling towards the middle. Long left-footed shot. Brackenbury reads it with ease, and that's her easiest save of the day. Third stop of the afternoon for the junior from Michigan, Hannah Brackenbury. Seifert dances with it up to Monberg. Now to Senna, then back to Monberg in space if she can win the foot race with Whitrock, but she cannot. Whitrock turns and plays it off of Monberg, and it's a goal kick for IU East. Warren Collins back for the fun, and she gives Senna a breather. Landis trying to work it on. It's a foul against IU East. She wanted Goebel in the middle there, who got Taylor on the board back in that 17th minute. "15 yards inside midfield, left side on the free kick for Claire Massey. With pace on, coming off the line is Brewington to stop it. Less than 10 to go here in the second half. It is 2-1 the Taylor lead, thanks to the third goal in as many games to start her career by Kiana Seifert. Collins, that 5-1 frame, trying to knife her way through. Couldn't work through the two are taller defenders. The Red Wolves played in space. Massey watches it roll out of play after Haskell checked up. Quick throw in from Massey into the aforementioned Collins. Heads it backwards into the box. It's Monberg trying to make life difficult for Habercorn. Haskell, good pass to Bischoff. Into space, Kleinrich can't beat the speedster and Dempsey, who lays it back to Brackenbury. Into space and Massey with 8:40 left to go here in the second half. Monberg, quick touch, deflected down by IU East, and the Red Wolves quickly move it back to the attacking half. Simony trying to clear it out. Goebel trying to help her out. Little step in front, Whitrock, who's been really active for IU East here in the last handful of minutes. Whitrock from long range, deflected off of Simony. Massey finds a loose change and dumps it down to Brackenbury in the goal. Seifert. And Collins is offside. Ashley Coleman ready to check in. She is not answering the wishes of her fan club down below us to give them a wave. Final 7:30 here between Taylor and IU East. And as the Trojans up 2-1, trying to move their record to 3-0 this season. Fleetmeyer wanted to connect with Collins, went off the back of an IU East defender. Fleetmeyer tried to touch it around Habercorn. Fleetmeyer almost got her foot on that one again, as she's been pretty active coming off the bench. Goebel holds this one into Collins, muscled out of the way by the taller Habercorn. Loose at midfield. Goebel and Massey. It's Massey thwarting the try from IU East. Habercorn, though, cuts off the long pass by Taylor. Landis races after it for TU. Far side, Seifert. That one might have gone off the side of the head of Monberg. Stays in on the far side with IUE having to play it from the defensive end again. They've been outshot today, 24-5. And 12-4 in shots on goal. Ball out, and here comes Ashley Coleman. And Coleman gives Seifert, her classmate, a much-needed breather. Seifert right now in line for her first game-winning goal of her college career. Had the cherry on top of scoring the last goal for both Taylor wins to start the season, but has come up with a key one here. It's a beautiful try from the far side of the field, deflected it in off the inside of the post, and broke a 1-1 tie, and that's where we sit right now with Taylor out front 2-1 with 5:20 and counting here in the second half. Ball played in, unable to redirect it on for Coleman and Collins. And Brewington backing into the middle of the field. Brewington with 9 saves today. Or make it 10 saves for Brewington. And she's been the reason that Taylor didn't have a multi-goal lead heading to the break. Deflected back with Haskell. Wanted to send it in, but plays it too far to the far side of the field. Able to chase it down was Kleinrickardt. Into the 18, deflected away by Monberg. Back outside, this one sails over the crossbar and out of play on the try by Whitrock. Quick breather for Libby Thomas, and she's back out on the field. Clock stops at 4:15. She replaces Fleetmeyer. Brackenbury gets it back into play. Monberg right across the Trojan head logo at center. Near side Coleman with some room to operate just outside the right side of the box. Crosses with the right foot, headed away by IUE. Massey, Coleman back to Massey, now with the head of steam. She looks to cross, right-footed play on. Brewington dives and stops and smothers it up. 11th save for Brewington today. 25 shots for the Trojans, and 13 of them on goal. Dempsey couldn't clear as it went off the bottom of her boot, and now that gives Whitrock a 2-on-1. Has a player in front. They played it behind Kleinrickardt, who was home free for a 1v1 opportunity with Brackenbury, the Taylor keeper. But the pass was played behind, and the Trojans avoid disaster there and stay ahead by 1 as we approach 3 minutes left in the second half. Haskell left to center. Sliding in Landis. Monberg sweeps it forward for Taylor in the center circle. This is Collins. Now here's Thomas, who's done everything except score this afternoon. Far side to Thompson, who switched sides of the field. Thompson surveys, dribbles towards the top of the box, plays it on right foot, off the crossbar on an absolute missile. As Thompson covers her face in her hands in shock that one just kept tailing higher and higher. Goal kick for Burlington as we approach 2 minutes left to go here in half two. Collins kept it in for Taylor for the time being, then bashed out near the center circle by IUE. Massey runs through two challenges, keeps the ball at her feet, near side of the field, Coleman. Thinks about dancing down the right side edge, does. Crosses right foot, blocked on the way there. It'll be a Taylor corner from the near side. 7th corner for Taylor today, just their second one of the second half. They scored on the corner after Goebel played it in the first half. It got redirected back to her, and then she found it at the bottom of her feet and then buried it. And this time it'll be Claire Massey to play it with a right foot from the near side. An outswinger towards the back post, just missing the header on was Thompson again. Monberg from the far side wanted to play it through, but could not as it went off the outside of the goal, and we approach a minute left to go in regulation time.
One minute remaining.
Foul on Taylor, throw in for IUE. So we get 50 seconds left to go in this one. Thompson, big boot into open space. Foot race between her and Grudich. Grudich wins it and plays it out of bounds. The clock is Taylor's friend right now with 25 seconds left to go. One final throw in for Taylor. The Red Wolves play it away with 10 seconds left.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
A throw into Thomas. She dances on the far side, crosses from the end line, and that will put a bow on this one. Taylor gives up their first goal of the season. Match tied at 1-1 in the 49th minute, but the stellar freshman Kiana Seifert gets the first game-winning goal of her college career and also gets the third goal in as many collegiate games and is the game winner this afternoon in the 61st minute to give Taylor the 2-1 win today. The Trojans move to 3-0. IU East falls to 2-2. Special thanks to Mason running our camera upstairs. We thank you folks for tuning in to our coverage of Taylor women's soccer here this afternoon. In about an hour, we've got men's soccer action here from Turner Stadium. It'll be the Trojans taking on the Trolls of Trinity Christian. Once again, our final score from here at Turner Stadium, just shy of the bustling metropolis that is Upland, Indiana. It was Taylor 2 and IU East 1. This has been a presentation of Taylor Women's Soccer on the Trojan Sports Network. Until we talk to you again, we say good afternoon and good night from Upland, Indiana.